defensive lineup for the Blues. Gavin Spitz in left field. Jay Royals in center field. Right field is covered by Jake Hickson. Around the infield is Sam Arjuan at third. Diego Carrillo at second. Zach Tollerman at first. And the shortstop is Brady Austin.
It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and happy Ryan Featherston Day to all those who celebrate getting the nod today for the San Luis Obispo Blues as they host the Alameda Merchants for Game 3 of a 3-game set. Blues have won the first 2 games. Last night, it was a nail-biter, a 4-3 win where Charlie Royal went 4 innings and gave up just 1 hit. The day before that, a 4-1 win for the Blues. They will now face the Merchants looking to bring out the brooms and get a sweep on the Central Coast. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Alameda Merchants. Leading it off, it's the center fielder Dom Nahar, then it's the third baseman Cy Turner, followed by the designated hitter Jackson Nystrom. That's been the same 3 all series long. Then it gets shucking up. Emmett Finney will bat fourth and play left. Then it's the shortstop Brendan O'Sullivan, followed by Mateo Mendoza, Jack Bollinger, Fabian Gomez, and Caleb Latimer to round it out. Defensively for the San Luis Obispo Blues in the outfield from left to right, it's Smith, Royal, and Hicksonbaugh. On the infield from third to first, Ardois. Alves gets his first start of the series. Murillo is at second, and Tullerman plays first with Cam Andrews behind the dish. Cam Andrews Day as well with Suzuki at designated hitter. And on the mound, as mentioned, is Ryan Featherston, who this year has been a stud for the Blues. 5-pitch mix, fastball, slider, changeup, curveball, sinker. He looks to sweep the Merchants. Dom Nahar will come in, and he nubs the first pitch down the first baseline. It'll be picked up by Featherston, and he'll throw it over to first. A 4:01 p.m. start, 69 degrees and sunny. Nice.
And a nice start here for Featherston. Some weak contact to the leadoff man, Dom Nahar. Ryan, it's a hum you Saturday, and I'm ready to go here at Sinsheimer.
Good crowd thus far as fans continue to trickle in. Tommy Bahama, seats on back, trying to find some grass to occupy for a weekend summer classic game between 2 teams who are both trying to make a late playoff push. The Blues, with their win last night over the Merchants, grabbed second place in the CCL North, only behind Sonoma, as Cy Turner fouls that one back into the netting. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's just been a matter of days, and the Blues have looked at the end of the season way differently than they did before the All-Star break. They've been sitting in 4th place in the CCL North for the majority of the summer, really. Now they find themselves in 2nd place.
The 1-1 is fouled off the hands and into the Merchants bullpen. Yeah, when you look at the standings, the Blues a full game back of the Stompers, who are in first right now. The Blues, if they were to win today and the Stompers were to lose, they would technically be tied for first, but the way the tiebreaker shakes out, Sonoma does currently have the advantage there. So if the Blues want that first place and want to host the North Championship game here, they'll have to be above the Stompers and all the other North teams, for that matter, in the playoffs.
Yeah, Sonoma and Walnut Creek play each other at 6 p.m. tonight at Arnold Field, so stay tuned for that. That will start in the middle of this 4 p.m. start game.
2-2 slider for a called strike 3. Finds the outside part of the zone, and Cy Turner goes down looking.
Turner, who leads the team in extra base hits, gets frozen up on that slider. Lockjaw to the left and a hitting third baseman.
One of the first sliders we've seen from Featherston all day long had Turner buckled up. Got it on the outside corner to the lefty. One of 3 lefties in this lineup today for the Merchants. The other 2 towards the bottom. It's Bollinger and Gomez, who bat 7th and 8th as the first pitch is fouled off from Jackson Nystrom. So, as I mentioned, Nystrom, Turner, and Nahar, the 3 due up in the top half of the first. They have all been playing center, third, and designated hitter, respectively, and batted first, second, and third this entire series. Yesterday's game, Nystrom went 1 for 4 with an RBI. From the right side, here's the windup offering. It's a slider for a called strike 2. Started at the inside hip and buckled into the zone. Featherston is ahead in the count, 1-2.
It's a different look today for on the lineup for the Alameda side too, because a big name is not in the starting lineup. Jace Jeremiah at short.
Swung on and chopped to third. Ardois will range in and make the crossbody throw to Tollerman. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Featherston. The Blues bats are up in the bottom of the first. It's 0-0 on the Slow Blues streaming network. It's now the bottom half of the first inning, and the Blues are going to get an opportunity. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Dean Traynor, as Royal leads it off like he normally does. He plays center field, followed by Jake Hicksonbaugh, the right fielder. Tollerman will bat third, with Sam Ardois cleaning it up. Diego Murillo bats fifth, followed by the designated hitter today, Kosei Suzuki. Gavin Smith, Cam Andrews, and Brady Alves rounds out the order for the Blues. Defensively for the Alameda Merchants in the outfield from left to right, it's Finney, Nahar, and Bollinger. On the infield, it is Turner, O'Sullivan, Latimer, and Gomez. That's third to first. And behind the dish is Mendoza. On the mound today for the Alameda Merchants is Tyson Pereira.
Pereira making his debut for the Alameda Merchants this afternoon. It's a 3-pitch mix. We're going to see the four-seamer, we're going to see the Uncle Charlie, and the Cambio, curveball and changeup accompanying that fastball. He's a righty from San Jose State who is now the transfer portal after a season with the Spartans where he pitched in 12 2/3 innings and had a 6.39 earned run average. 8 strikeouts in those 12 2/3.
Has Royal first pitch swinging at the fastball, and it's 0-1. He has a tough task today facing this Blues team who's won their last 4 and 10 of their last 12. The 0-1 misses up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to today's leadoff hitter, E.J. Royal.
You know, Blues just kind of getting a second life in the second half of this season. I mean, we weren't even really thinking about playoffs for the first half of the summer, and now here we are in the second place spot.
1-1 is a curveball that misses in. 2 balls and 1 strike. When you look around the league, in the entire league, E.J. Royal is second in at-bats and second in games played. Been a cornerstone for this team. As he chops it to third, it takes a wicked hop over the third baseman, Turner's head. O'Sullivan will glove it on the outfield grass, but no throw. Gives Royal a leadoff base hit. There goes the no-hitter for Pereira.
That was a funky hop it took off the infield lip. A big bounding hop over the third baseman Turner's head. There was no shot for him to make that play. It was well over the stretch of his glove. O'Sullivan luckily was there to keep it in the infield. But either way, it was going to be a single for Royal.
Pereira's not a huge strikeout guy in his year at San Joaquin Delta. He only had 67 strikeouts in his 49 2/3 innings pitched. But it was an efficient almost 80 innings pitched with a 4.63 ERA and an 8-2 record. 17 starts over there. Hicksonbaugh sends the 1-0 in the air to shallow left field. Finney will range in and then take a step back to make the grab for the first out of the inning. That brings up Zach Tollerman, who is, in CCL standards, one of the best players in the entire conference. Of all batters with 50 or more at-bats, he is second in on-base percentage, fourth in slugging, and third in total OPS. That's 500, 565, and 1,065, respectively. Tollerman takes a first pitch fastball on the inner part for strike one.
As ET has been critical to this team's success this summer, and it's kind of coming to a little bit of surprise because we know about the power numbers he had at Cuesta, a little bit at San Jose State this past season, but really has come alive at Sinsheimer.
Pickoff move to first. Royal's slide is short, but he's able to swim back to the base before the tag is applied by today's first baseman, Fabian Gomez, who we have not seen at all this series. Royal goes. The 1-0 is in the dirt. It's actually a fake steal. Royal will retreat back to first. The Aces are free. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with 1 runner on in the bottom half of the first inning.
That's a good job by EJ. I think he had full intentions of trying to steal second base, but he didn't get a very good jump. Looked like he kind of ran in place trying to go off towards second, and he knew to shut it down immediately and just go back to the bag.
A slider that gets to the backstop. Royal will get to second base anyways. He takes a big round second, thinking about third, but Mendoza will chase it down. A wild pitch puts him in scoring position for Zach Tollerman.
Well, a good break for EJ that time. Tried to get a stolen base, didn't get a great jump, so had to shut it down, but on the very next pitch, he gets one. A free 90 feet for Royal, puts a runner in scoring position for the Blues.
Zach Tollerman patiently awaits the 2-1 offering. Royal with a sizable lead off second as he watches a fastball. It catches the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Zach Tollerman, who's playing first base today like he did yesterday and the day before. Prior to the All-Star break, he was the designated hitter mostly for the Blues, dealing with a back and ankle injury, but feels good enough now to play out on the field defensively. The 2-2 is a breaking ball that Tollerman triggered at, but was able to hold up his swing, and the count runs full. Tollerman, 2 years at Cuesta, just down the road from Sinsheimer, before transferring to play some Division I ball, as his payoff pitch is swung on and laced up the middle for a base hit. Royal will round third. Here's the throw. It's going to be close, and he is hosed. Nahar throws a seam to the catcher Mendoza, and Royal will be gunned down trying to give the Blues their first run of the day.
EJ's a fast runner too. That's an impressive throw by Nahar in center. On top of that, he also was playing pretty shallow against Tollerman. He fielded that ground ball not too far off the cut of the infield grass and was able to make the short throw over to home. How about some 95-mile-an-hour smoke from Z Tito, punching it the opposite way for a single.
Maybe it hit it a little too hard, as mentioned. Royal thrown out at home by Nahar. Now there's 2 outs with Tollerman on first for Sam Ardois. Tollerman small lead off first, as Ardois' first pitch swinging and pops this one into right field. Racing in is Bullinger, and he will make the grab for the 3rd out. Royal gets gunned down at home, and the Blues unable to score in the bottom half of the first inning. We head into the second, and it's knotted up at 0 on the Blues streaming network. The second inning, no runs scored in the first, and it'll be Emmett Finney due up after a 1-2-3 inning from Featherston. He faces the middle of the order. First pitch fastball at the knees is a called strike to today's left fielder, who got the day off yesterday, but in the first game on Thursday, he went 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, and he later scored a run. Half swing, the home plate umpire says he went around for strike 2. Featherston been pounding the strike zone. He's thrown 12 pitches, 9 of them strikes. Here's the 0-2, it's swung on and missed. A slider there from Featherston gives him his second strikeout of the day.
That slider is barking, Ryan. Looking really good early on, and Featherston is just so good at locking in immediately. You look at him every game, his pregame ritual. He's one of those guys who doesn't want to talk to anyone before towing that rubber. Glasses on, headphones on, isolated from everyone. And if you're looking at that as an outsider, you're going, this guy's not about the team. Oh, no. Exactly the opposite.
Another fastball is a called strike to Brendan O'Sullivan. And it's interesting. We're walking to the ballpark, and as a summer team, you never really know who's going to be pitching. You know, you might have some consistencies, but if you see him with his headphones on, his glasses on, usually he doesn't even sit in the dugout. He'll come sit in the stands or in our VIP section, and he is just uber locked in, and you know it's a Featherston day. The 1-1, fastball for a called strike 2.
He just hit that corner so well right there. A picture-perfect fastball that time to Brendan O'Sullivan. Nothing he can really do.
There's the 1-2, and it's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. When you look at the Blues pitching staff these last 2 games against the Alameda Merchants, in 18 innings, they've given up 3 earned runs. They've given up 11 hits and struck out 18 batters. Those are good numbers right there, as Featherston's 2-2 misses high for ball 3. And specifically, when you look at that first game, you know, Groff and Rogers with an absolute masterclass as strike 3 is called to O'Sullivan. Back-to-back strikeouts to start this inning for Featherston. He already has 3 today.
Yeah, he's already in a rhythm here. Don't let the kid get hot.
I fear he is already hot, Nate. Now it's Mateo Mendoza, who is making his debut against the Blues. Spartan from San Jose State. And today's catcher previously played at Marin, the College of Marin. Last year, limited action, only got 4 ABs as he's first pitch swinging. And racing to grab it is Andrews. He slides and can't make the catch. Right in front of the Blues dugout, slid feet first, and it popped in and out of the leather.
And kicking up some dirt, too. If you're some fan sitting on top of that dugout, you're getting the full baseball experience. All that dust flying in your face.
It's like when you're at the amusement park and it says warning splash zone next to the water ride.
Yeah.
Except there's no warning here. Mateo also attended Cal State San Bernardino prior to his time at College of Marin, as he pops it up almost in the same exact spot. Andrews will not have a play on this one either. It's 0-2. He also played in the CCL 2 years ago with the Bay Area Admirals, and they were an affiliate team. He actually pitched for the Admirals as well that year. Pitched well, too. That one misses high, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A lot of two-way guys lately, noticed.
I mean, not a ton of action, but 5 innings with a 1.8 ERA, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts in 5 innings.
Go.
Half swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Featherston strikes out the side in the second inning, and we head to the bottom of the second inning, which is brought to you by SLO County Golf on the SLO Blues streaming network. Bottom of the second inning is brought to you by SLO County Golf. They offer 3 courses in SLO, Morro Bay, and Atascadero with a unique combination of affordable prices and incredible scenery. Visit slocountygolf.com to learn more and to book your next tee time. As Diego Murillo trots into the box, playing second base and leading it off here in the second inning. It's the first pitch from Pereira, misses low. 1 ball and no strikes.
I'm needing to book my next tee time, man.
Yeah, we got to play soon.
I'm fiending for some golf.
Here's the 1-0. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Especially we have the ad read, right, where we say incredible scenery and affordable price. It really is.
It really is.
Like, you go out to Morro Bay, which is a gorgeous golf course, and being between the ages of 18 and 25, as Mario watches that one in the dirt, you get a round of 18 and a cart for $47.
That's just unbelievable.
That's insane.
I mean, I go to school in Arizona, which is like golf mecca.
Yeah.
And while I'm there, I'm thinking about the courses in SLO. No joke.
3-0. Called strike. Get me over fastball. Catches the inside part to Murillo.
I played in Buckeye, Arizona, which is like in the very west end of Phoenix.
3-1 is ball 4.
And it was a nice course. Like, it was a country club. I was on a tee box, and I was like, you know what's funny? This doesn't beat Morro Bay.
Yeah. The only thing that you could say Morro Bay doesn't have compared to some of the other courses, especially maybe in Arizona, is the weather. Just because you're on the coast, you get that breeze. It's a little colder, but it's still incredible. Home plate umpires halfway out to the pitcher's mound and pointing at something.
And time was called, and neither Ryan and I are sure what exactly just happened.
I'm too busy fantasizing over the 13th tee box at Morro Bay, where you get to overlook the whole hole and the bay. Suzuki's first pitch swinging and fouls it off.
I think my best golf swing possibly ever was on that long par 3 on the front 9. Do you remember where it kind of turn? It's downhill.
Suzuki swings at the second pitch and fouls it back. Par 3?
It's a par 3. It's a long par 3. It's downhill.
So hole 1 is at par 4, and then 2 you have that short par 3, and then 3 you go back up the hill, 4 you're around the bend.
Try to get the exact name.
The 0-2 swung on and ripped down the line. This one a few feet foul. Suzuki grabbed a barrel but was out in front of the fastball.
Hole 8.
Hole 8. Okay. Why can't I remember 8? So you have 1 that goes up, and you got 2 that comes back. You got 3 is that short par 3.
The 4 is the short par 3.
Okay.
It's like
3 is
like
that short par
115
4.
or something.
So it's 4-4-4, yeah. And you have 5, which you come down and around.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6, you go down. 7. Oh, yes, I do know what hole you're talking about.
I striped my 5-wood.
Murillo takes off a good back pick from the catcher, Mendoza, but his throw is just late. A stolen base for Diego Murillo. And that is a fun one. You're a little downhill. Usually the wind is at your back. So it's probably like a 180, 190 yard
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but you can club down a little bit. Smooth. You said 5? Yeah, I'd probably hit my 6, I think.
Yeah. Not the iron. That's staying in the bag. That's got cobwebs on it.
The 6 iron?
Yo.
Kosei Suzuki pops this one up. The catcher rips off his mask, throws it away, and catches it in fair territory.
And I think the catcher Mendoza kind of lost it in the sky for a second there. It really took him some time to really find that baseball, and he caught it right in front of home plate.
That's a really tough one because he has to rip off the mask, and the ball is straight up over where he was squatting. But Mendoza, he has plenty of experience, 55 games of experience at the Division II and junior college level. As first pitch swinging is Gavin Smith. It's on the ground to O'Sullivan. The throw to first is on the money. Murillo will move up to third. But there are now 2 outs for Cam Andrews. That's Cam Andrews. 90 feet away is the Blues' first run. They had an opportunity to score a run in the first, but Royal was hosed trying to go home on a Zach Tollerman single as Andrews pops it up on the infield to O'Sullivan. He'll catch it for the third out of the inning. The leadoff walk is stranded, and it's 2 scoreless innings as we head back into the top half of the third inning, and the Merchants will come up against Ryan Featherston on the SLO Blues streaming network. Top of the third inning, and it's the bottom of the order for the Alameda Merchants. Featherston has sat down 6 in a row to start the game, 4 of which have gone down via way of the K. Stepping in now, it's one of 3 lefties in today's order, and one of 2 due up in this inning. Jack Bollinger, as he watches the first pitch fastball, it misses inside. Bollinger played 2 days ago in the first game of the matchup and went 1 for 3 against the Blues. The 1-0. He swings and fouls this one down the first baseline. Tollerman didn't even budge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bollinger, we went over this on Thursday during the game, but he's had quite the college baseball experience. Started at Sac State, then went to Cabrillo, now at Westmont as he watches strike 2. Went to Westmont and now is committed to play at Hawaii next year. As well, throughout that career, he's played, this is his 3rd different summer team. Here's the 1-2. It swung on and chopped. 1 hop to Featherston. He gloves it, walks it over, and flips it underhand to Tollerman for the first out of the inning.
You know what's funny about that? All those schools that we just, Sac State, Cabrillo, Westmont, Hawaii, that's not even a crazy unique story with college baseball players. They move around a lot. I'm speaking from experience as I'm in my 4th school in 5 years. I played for 2 years, but still.
First pitch is a fastball that misses up to Fabian Gomez, committed to play baseball just down the 101 at UC Santa Barbara. Be a gaucho next year. As he fouls this one into the trees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ace is free to today's first baseman. Originally from Concord. Attended Clayton Valley Charter High School as he fouls this one back to the netting. Gomez, fortunately, his freshman year of high school, he had to get Tommy John at 14 as he swings and misses at the fastball from Featherston, who collects his 5th strikeout of the day.
Man, this is just a clinic for Ryan Featherston right now. He is just seeing red and punishing these batters.
What he's used to doing. He has been a stud for the Blues, to say the least, this season. 17 strikeouts in his 22 innings and no earned runs coming into today's game. It's the first pitch from Latimer's fouled back. The only knock you could have on Featherston is that coming into today, he's given up 20 hits in 22 innings. and he has an opponent batting average of .330 as Latimer watches that one for strike 2. But he hasn't given up a run. He has only walked 4 batters, so his overall whip is only a 109. He's a guy who's going to go out there and give you a quality start every single time as he gets another swing and a miss in strikeout number 6. He faces the minimum through 3 innings, and the Blues bats will look to build off of the momentum that Featherston is creating in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 0-0 on the Blues streaming network. Ryan Featherston, he's perfect through 3 innings. Has not allowed a hit, a walk. No base runners have reached base safely for the Alameda Merchants. And the Blues bats look to give him some run support. Leading it off will be Brady Owls, followed by E.J. Royal and Jake Hicksaball. 9-1-2 for the Blues, and a 0-0 ball game. Blues have a couple of hits and a walk, have stranded 2 base runners thus far. Alves open stance from the right side. First pitch is a slider. He checks the swing but did not go around, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. To today's shortstop. Last played before the All-Star break on the 12th against the Seagulls, where he went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Also grounded into a double play that game. Fastball is a called strike, and it evens up. To number 14. Alves in league play this season is 3 for 22 with a pair of RBIs. No home runs. 1-1. Slider called the ball. Just missed off the plate outside. Working primarily from the stretch now is the starter Pereira. Was working from the windup earlier, but no longer. Fastball misses in to Brady Alves, and he finds himself in the driver's seat. There's a 3-1. Swung on and missed. And the count runs full. Alves going into his redshirt freshman season at Butte Community College. Spent 4 years playing baseball in high school, all at the varsity level. His best year was his junior year, where he batted .462 with 106 at-bats. Full count, swung on and chopped foul. We'll do it one more time.
Alves way early on that sweeper right there, just trying to time it up a little more. And if I'm him too, or if I'm the coaches on the Blues, I'm telling Brady to slow down that swing just a little bit more. Not trying to hit a 500-foot home run, especially here at Sinsheimer, where the ball doesn't fly all that often. Just trying to poke it through the infield somehow, and that swing's not going to do it.
3-2, swung on and hit on the ground to Latimer. He charges and throws it to first across his body. For the first out of the inning, a 4-3 ground out for Brady Alves.
And a much better approach there from Brady on that swing. He choked up a little bit, and he hit it exactly where it was pitched. It was a slow roller off the end of the bat to Latimer. You'd like to barrel it up just a little bit more, but a lot to ask for with 2 strikes when you're just trying to protect. You avoid the K here with the ground out to second.
Now it's Royal, who has started both games against the Merchants in this series, and in both games he is 1 for 4 as he's first pitch swinging, and it's also a sent to Latimer. Latimer tosses it over to first. Back-to-back ground outs to start the inning. On 2 straight pitches, the Blues find themselves with 2 outs and nobody on for the 2-hitter, Jake Hicksenbaugh.
Yeah, Caleb kind of got crossed up on that ground ball too. If you notice, he fielded it with his ankles touching each other. It's not what you're taught to when you're gloving a ground ball, but in situations like that, you got to be athletic, make an adjustment on the fly, and that's exactly what Latimer did.
Hicksenbaugh flew out his last time. He's getting more opportunity with the departure of a lot of corner outfielders. This Blues team is pretty sparse in certain areas on the diamond. He's been really good for the Blues in the opportunities that he's gotten as of late. 1 for 4 yesterday. So he watches that one for a called strike. He also had an incredible sack bunt in the 7th inning. That moved E.J. Royal into scoring position. Here's the 1-1. A slider, and he waited on it, but then swung too late. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jake Hicksenbaugh.
That's a nice-looking slider there from Pereira, too. Kind of a 2-part swing for Hicks. Got the foot down and had to stop all the momentum. And as you said, Ryan, just got that hack off a little bit too late as he tried to make an adjustment.
1-2. Swung on and laced back up the middle on the run, and making the play is the shortstop O'Sullivan, but his throw is way offline.
Hey, good effort by Sullivan, though. He was able to grab it, a snow cone off the end of his glove, tried to spin around and couldn't turn his head around quick enough. Just wanted to get that throw off. It was down the first base line. I can't quite knock him for it. It was a good effort.
That's one of those plays where you make the good play up the middle with the glove, and he's just trying to do anything he can with the throw, but he knows in the back of his mind that he doesn't want to throw it down the first baseline to the right of his first baseman because he has no backup there. But if he's going to make a wild throw, he can make it to the left because the catcher is coming to back up first. As the manager for the Merchants comes out to talk to the base umpire, thought Hicksenbaugh maybe rounded first and made an attempt for second base. He'll retreat to the dugout. Hicksenbaugh will remain on first base as it brings up Zach Tollerman, who is 1 for 1 today. Tollerman is tied for first on this team in home runs. He's also tied for 9th in home runs in the entire conference. First pitch to him. Fastball that misses in. I mentioned the OPS and slugging numbers, as well as the on base, all of which are top 4 in the entire conference. Small lead off first for the speedy Hicksenbaugh, but he goes. Gets a good jump. The throw is inside. The throw down to second is right on the money. An incredible throw from Mendoza. It was right at the base. O'Sullivan didn't even move his mitt. Hicksenbaugh gets gunned down, going for second, and it's 3 scoreless innings. As we head into the 4th, I'll pass it off to my partner and my pal, Nate Mills, for the remainder of today's game on the SLO Blues streaming network.
Ryan Featherston is wheeling and dealing. Into the top of the fourth inning we go. It's still a scoreless ball game between the SLO Blues and the Alameda Merchants. And leading off this frame, it's Dom Nahar. First pitch, Nahar takes a slider for strike one. Last time the center fielder Nahar was up, he grounded back to the pitcher Featherston and threw it over to first base. The Oregon Duck is just pitching so well this afternoon, and a pitch like that right there, he's been getting a call on usually, that slider hit in the outside corner. It doesn't go his way this time, and the count moves to 1-1 against Nahar.
That was close.
1-1. Dom swings and fouls it into the on-deck circle on the Merchant side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's just been so efficient with his pitches. And in a good outing, pitchers would say about 12 pitches per inning would be really good. He's averaging 10.
1-2. Nahar leaves it high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That right there was pitch number 39, and he's through 3 innings.
Been very efficient today against this Merchants offense as he comes through on the 2-2. Nahar swings and misses, strike 3. How about strikeout number 7 on the day for Ryan Featherston?
There's only 2 batters in this entire lineup for the Merchants who have yet to strike out to Ryan Featherston, and he's only faced 10 batters.
Unbelievable work for the Oregon Duck as he gets right back on the rubber to face Cy Turner, who was one of those 7 strikeout victims in the first inning. First pitch, Turner takes it off the plate outside, 1-0. Cy's a utility man from Pacific Grove, California, and after spending his past season at the University of Memphis, he's hit the transfer portal looking for a new place to call home. 1-0 is cranked into right field. Hixenbaugh gives chase at the warning track. He can only look and watch it fly. A nuke from Cy Turner, and the perfect game is no longer for Ryan Featherston.
100 miles an hour off the bat, 352 feet down the line, and he pimped it.
I gotta say, Ryan, that is the last thing I would have expected in this at-bat against Featherston with the way he's been rolling today.
You usually don't see guys get 7 strikeouts and 10 batters and then give up a home run to a guy batting 200.
And Turner does lead the team in extra base hits with 8. That home run makes it 9. 29 total bases this summer for Turner now. And that beefs up a lot of different stats for him. So now it brings up Jackson Nystrom with 1 out. The first pitch, and Nystrom's hit on the inside elbow. A hit by pitch, and Nystrom is aboard.
And he's chirping to the Blues. Home plate umpire is going to walk him all the way down to first base as multiple Blues players are standing up now.
And first base coach Dan Mills talking to the home plate umpire too. I think just trying to ease the tensions here. And Nystrom walking down the first baseline. And as a right-handed batter, he's standing in there with the inside of his right elbow exposed, and he throws with that on. So to get a baseball hit on that part of the elbow, it could be costly. It could impact how you throw. And Nystrom, luckily for the Merchants today, is DHing, so he'll have no chances where he'll need to throw, but still hurts. So a runner on first now with 1 out, and it's Emmett Finney who struck out swinging to begin the second. First pitch, Finney takes in the dirt, 1-0. That second, Featherston faced the minimum. They all went down by way of the K. Ryan has 7 Ks this afternoon, and a home run this inning put that production into a screeching halt as now manager Dean Traynor heads out to the hill. All this change happening in a blink of an eye. Ryan Featherston well in his stride in this ball game, and then a long ball from Cy Turner to make it a 1-0 game with the Merchants lead. Follow it with a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden Dean Traynor's on the pitcher's mound, and now Traynor's got some words for the Merchants dugout.
The Merchants manager was out talking to the home plate umpire, and I think the Blues just took dissatisfaction to Cy Turner tossing his bat and standing in the batter's box as he watched the home run sail down the right field line. Featherston had completely dominated this team up until that point, and then pimps it right in front of the Blues dugout. Cy Turner gets hit, and he immediately starts chirping to the Blues dugout. So I think the Blues are just taking some dissatisfaction to everything that's going on as the umpires are now going to converge and talk.
A big break in the action here as Trainer heads back into the dugout. I wonder if they're going to try to issue warnings or something. But the head coach or the manager, TJ Fairfield, went out to talk to the home plate umpire briefly. And as Trainer was barking something at the Merchants dugout, TJ Fairfield did not engage at all. He kind of just put his head down and walked back into the opening of the Merchants dugout, just kind of put his hand up and said, I'm just going to let this one go. The umpires are still talking in front of the pitcher's mound, and they'll break with nothing. So it's Emmett Finney here with a 1-0 count and a runner at first and Jackson Nystrom. Featherston working from the stretch for the first time today as Finney hits it off the hands. It's a high pop-up down the third base line, and Ardois makes the running grab with the backhand for the second out of the inning.
That's a gigantic out for Featherston. You could tell after that home run, he hit a batter, threw a pitch in the dirt. He was starting to lose it just a little bit, but right there he's able to pound the strike zone and get an out after the meeting on the mound.
So stepping in now, it's Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan came in late in yesterday's game and started game 1 against the Blues. Both of the times he appeared for Alameda, he was at second base, and today he's the shortstop. O'Sullivan replaced Ben Giovanetti yesterday, who batted 8th, and he popped out to right. He takes a called strike 1 here, 0-1.
And Featherston just has to put the home run behind him, has to put everything behind him. It's a new day now. It's 1-0. You can live past a solo home run.
Pitch in the dirt. Andrews keeps it in front. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, the first earned run of the summer allowed by Ryan Featherston comes in 350-plus foot fashion down the right field line. 1-0 Alameda in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-1 to O'Sullivan. He takes low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Brendan has only played in 4 games this summer for the Merchants. This is game number 5. Batting south of 100 with a 167 on base and no extra base hits. Here's the 2-1. O'Sullivan hits it off the end of the bat and towers it in the infield. The third baseman Ardois calls everyone off and makes the catch to retire the side. Jackson Nystrom stranded at first, but Cy Turner goes all the way to the moon to make it a 1-0 ball game. We head into the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Blues trail on the Slow Boot Streaming Network. Bottom half of the 4th inning is brought to you by our friends at Ancient Owl Beer Garden and Bottle Shop, your go-to spot for every Blues road game. Located just around the corner from Sinsheimer, Ancient Owl is the official home of the Blues watch party all season long. Ancient Owl, choose your beer wisely. Well, the Merchants just took the lead on a 352-foot home run off the bat of Cy Turner. It's 1-0 Alameda, and the Blues have 4-5-6 due up against Tyson Pereira, making his debut for the Merchants this summer. The righty comes set against the right-handed hitting Tollerman from the stretch. Delivers, and ZT swings at the first pitch. It hits off the mound and into the glove of the shortstop O'Sullivan, who flings it over to first in time for the first out of the inning. Tollerman was up on the third out of the bottom of the third inning. Jake Hixenbaugh was caught stealing at second base while Tollerman was at the dish. It was a throw from Mendoza, the catcher, that was on the money. So Tollerman responds with a leadoff ground out, and Sam Ardois comes up to the dish. Ardois got some reps at third base to end the last frame, a couple of pop-outs for the second and third out to get out of it. Now he steps in today, 0 for 1 with a pop-out to right field. Here's the first pitch, and Ardois takes it low and inside. That's ball 1.
And I'll probably say it every single time Ardois has a good defensive game at third base, but he looks so much more comfortable at third than anywhere else on the infield. At least this summer, he's been a stud over at third and has had his issues at the middle infield positions.
Yeah, we saw him call off other infielders on pop-ups. We saw him kind of slap the glove together after catching a pop-out. He takes a called strike here, 1-1. Some theatrics from Ardois. You can just tell that spells comfortability over at third. He's been pretty comfortable in the batter's box as well, making a strong case for CCL MVP. Takes it in the dirt here, 2 balls and 1 strike to Sammy.
Yeah, when you look at the MVP race, there's really 2 guys for the Blues who I would say should be in the conversation. Tollerman, top 5 in on base, slugging, and OPS, and then Ardois is the other one.
Here's the 2-1. Ardois takes a called strike, 2-2.
Ardois is 6th in the league in hits, that's 32. He's 3rd in the league in doubles with a 4th in triples with 2, 9th in home runs with 2, and 6th in stolen bases with 9.
Here's the 2-2. Ardois sends it straight back. We'll do it again.
Also 3rd in the entire league in total bases, which is the number of bases you get per hit. So a base hit is 1 total base, a double is 2, triples 3, and home run is 4.
Ardois has a .291 CCL batting average this summer with 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 homers with 16 runs batted in. Sam off the hands, pops it up in foul ground off to the right, and no one will make the play. A miscommunication between the catcher Mendoza and the first baseman Gomez, and it drops in no man's land.
And new life for Sam Ardois. Now it's time to make Pereira pay. He's thrown a couple of fastballs right in Ardois' wheelhouse, and Ardois wants to see another one.
There were 3 bodies surrounding that baseball in foul ground on the first base line, and no one even made an effort to extend their glove and catch it. It's just one of those mistakes at the college level that is very avoidable. Gotta talk, and on that play, the first baseman Gomez has the priority to catch that pop-up. 2-2. Ardois leaves it just off the plate inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to today's third baseman. Ardois gets a new life and gets a call right here as the count moves to 3-2. There's the payoff. Ardois off the hands again. This time flares it down the first base line and out of play into the grass bleachers at Sinsheimer. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ardois working a good long count. This will be pitch number 9 to him as he looks to get on with 1 out.
As he says, the only thing stopping me is me. And he's fighting here in a 3-2 count against Pereira. Here it comes. Ardois again late on a fastball as he sends it into the bleachers. Prolonging this at-bat at 3 balls and 2 strikes against Tyson Pereira, making his debut for the Alameda Merchants this afternoon.
Just such a good two-strike approach, which he's really developed throughout the season. He's gotten better and better and better at prolonging counts and then getting a pitch he can hit.
Pereira stands in the stretch with no one on. The 3-2. Ardois hits it hard down the third base line, but it's foul. A courtesy dive from Turner over at third, but there's no play as Ardois again continues his battle against Tyson Pereira.
Yeah, regardless of the outcome, you go back to your notebook in the dugout and you chalk this up as a quality AB, making the starter throw 11 pitches. All the guys in the dugout are going to be happy with that. They got to see some stuff from Pereira that maybe they haven't seen yet. Ardois still has a chance to get on.
With one out, here's the 3-2. Ardois takes it low and inside. That's ball 4. 10th walk of the summer for Sam Ardois, and he does it in 11 pitches for a one-out base runner. Second walk of the day issued from Tyson Pereira, and what a fight it was for Sam Ardois with one out.
It's just an incredible at-bat from Ardois. It might be, you see all the doubles and triples and home runs he has this year, that might be the most big league at-bat he's had all summer long.
Here's Diego Murillo, who has that other walk, and he led off the second inning with it. First pitch, it's yanked outside and pops into the glove of the catcher Mendoza, and Ardois will cruise into second base easily. Pass ball puts Sam Ardois in scoring position and a chance to tie the game for Diego Murillo. Murillo is the reigning Blues Player of the Week after a sensational past weekend where he just racked up hits and racked up clutch hits at that. Here's the 1-0. Murillo takes it inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Honestly, he's putting up a pretty good case to win it again this week with his 3-hit and 3 RBI day yesterday, a hit the day before.
Here's the 2-0, and Murillo off his front foot hobbles around the batter's box. It's a foul ball at 2 balls and 1 strike now. And you talk to Diego Murillo, and he has just such a mature mindset. We've talked about how he plays baseball the right way, and he truly does. He's a rare case of a guy who doesn't get caught up in, where am I going to go to school next year? What does my swing look like? And he accredits that to his past season at Northeastern State, where he would work on his swing all by himself with no assistant from coaches. He wouldn't even use video. He just said whatever feels good. Sends this one the opposite way here in the air, and Bollinger makes the running catch to his left. Ardois tags from second and heads into third. The throw beat him, but I guess Turner didn't get the tag in time. Ardois wasn't looking at third base coach Rene Regalado, who was letting him know the throw was coming in. There was no slide, and that could have been bad for Sammy.
Reminds me a lot of the play yesterday that happened in the MLB where Ronald Acuna made this incredible throw after doing a 360 in the outfield, and a Yankees base runner was hosed at third base. It means he was jogging in and didn't slide.
The only difference is that was an alien-like throw from Acuna, who was flat-footed deep down the right field line. Bollinger had some momentum on this ball, and Ardois just came into third like there was going to be no throw.
And yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I think he was out.
Here's Kosei Suzuki, who swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. So Ardois stays at third, and the tying run stands 90 feet away for Kosei Suzuki, who's 0 for 1 today with a pop out to the catcher Mendoza. Here's the 0-1. Suzuki pops it up again. The pitcher Pereira charges it more than anyone, and he won't get there. Mendoza didn't get out of his squat for quite a long time, and the mask never came off either.
And Mendoza, it's the second time that he has missed a pop-up. The other one was between him, the pitcher, and Gomez, and that one was definitely a play he could have made. Just looked a little lost on these pop-ups. He had that one earlier, too, when Kosei was last up, where it took him a couple of seconds to find it up in the air, and it was hit right out over home plate.
This time it didn't even look like he looked to see where it was. The mask stayed on the whole time, and Mendoza has the priority on that one every day of the week. The 0-2. Suzuki drills it into left field. Finney has a beat on it, though, and he makes the catch flat-footed for the final out of the inning. The runner stranded at third, the tying run at that, and the Merchants still ahead 1-0 heading into the 5th inning on the Slow Blues streaming network. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Alameda Merchants as Mateo Mendoza sends the first pitch into foul territory for strike one. It's Ryan Featherston back out there for his fifth inning of work. He allowed a solo shot to Cy Turner to make it a 1-0 ball game at the top of the fourth. Mendoza takes a slider here for a called strike two.
Yeah, if you eliminate that Cy Turner at bat, it's been an incredible start.
Yeah, it's been dominance from Featherston besides that. 0-2, and a 50% swing spoils a slider down the third baseline and foul. Mendoza 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. He enters today's game with an 840 OPS and a 286 batting average for the Merchants this summer. From the windup, here's Featherston on the 0-2. Slider buckles him up for strike three. 8 strikeouts for Ryan Featherston. We've just started the fifth inning.
Is that good?
It's very good. Second strikeout to Mateo Mendoza today, and there's one out in the fifth.
You know, the best part about it, too, is that our videographer, Jack Chirac, who used to be our press box director last year, is sitting in his old seat today with Jacob, our press box director, out. And that saucing sound gets me going.
First pitch swinging, it's off the end of the bat and into center field, a base hit. Second knock of the day, and it comes off the bat of Jack Bollinger at 90 miles an hour. Now, Bollinger only driven in 1 run this summer. He was 1 for 3 today with a grounder back to the pitcher Featherston. A 207 average heading into today's game, but he's starting to pick up some fire as of late. So a 1-out base hit, and Bollinger's at first with Fabian Gomez strolling in. Featherston delivers, and Gomez takes strike one. Fabian from Concord, California, and a graduate of Clayton Valley Charter High School, is a UC Santa Barbara commit after earning first-team All-Diablo Athletic League honors this past season. 0-1 takes a wicked slider for strike two. Right on left matchup, the left-handed hitting Fabian Gomez and the right-handed throwing Ryan Featherston. With a runner on first and 1 out, here's the 0-2. Gomez pokes it the other way, caught by the shortstop Alves, and the runner Bollinger dives back at first base. 2 quick ones now for Ryan Featherston as Alves makes the second put out of the inning.
Yeah, that one was pretty hard hit, but it was off the end and right at Alves. No harm, no foul for Featherston.
So that'll bring up Caleb Latimer now, the second baseman batting ninth today for the Merchants. Wind blowing straight out to left field, and what is a packed crowd at Sinsheimer today. First pitch and slider, he takes it for strike one. Latimer committed to Oklahoma Baptist University, a Division II powerhouse, after a couple seasons at West Coalinga College with the Falcons. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. Latimer swings over the changeup, and it's an 0-2 count with 2 gone. Caleb's been struggling this summer, batting south of 200, and he's here in an 0-2 count. Here it comes. Slider, taking strike three. Make it 9 for Ryan Featherston to end the fifth inning. Runner stranded on first base off a Jack Bollinger single, and Featherston starting to get back in a groove. Still 1-0 Merchants as we're halfway through at Sinsheimer on the Slow Blues streaming network. New pitcher for the Merchants in the bottom half of the fifth inning with Gavin Smith due up. First offering, and Smith swings and misses for strike one. The new noodle is Logan Stelling. He's a Tiger from the University of Memphis, and he relieves Pereira, who went 4 innings of work, didn't allow a run, gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts against the Blues. Here's the 0-1 to Smith. Gavin flinches but takes it up and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stelling is a fastball, sinker, slider guy, so these right-handed batters beware of the stuff that breaks away. That's been a problem for this Blues offense this summer. Here's the 1-1. Smith takes a yanked fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. For Stelling this summer, as a native of Gilroy, California, he's making his 6th appearance for the Merchants today. Pitched in 14 innings this summer so far, 11 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 16 hits. A 9 ERA, and he has started in 4 games for the Merchants. Here's the 2-1. Smith swings and misses for strike 2 on a slider. The last time Stelling made an appearance for the Merchants, it was against the Menlo Park Legends on July 9th. Just an inning and 2/3 there, allowed at 7 earned runs on 6 hits, no strikeouts, and 2 walks. Here's the 2-2. Smith checks his swing. They appeal to first. He went around for strike 3. Logan Stelling comes out of the bullpen and records the first strikeout of the Merchants pitching staff today.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 one there. Let's take another look at it and see your opinion. Did he go around?
No way.
It was a close one earlier that went in the Blues' favor. That one does not.
It's a strikeout on the books either way, and Cam Andrews steps in with 1 out. Andrews takes the first offering on a sinker, low and outside. That's ball 1. Andrews playing in his 14th game this summer, making his 13th start for the Blues. A .250 average with a .765 OPS. Here's the 1-0. Andrews flinches and takes a called strike, 1-1. 9 hits on his 36 tries entering today's game. Today 0 for 1 with a pop out to the shortstop O'Sullivan to end the 2nd inning. Blues have 3 hits on the afternoon compared to the Merchants 2. Andrews rolls it down the first base line and it's foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the former backstop from San Francisco State.
Stelling is really a 2-pitch guy, fastball, slider. He has a changeup, but he's only thrown 1 of them this whole year. So we're going to see a lot of fastball. About 65% of the time you're going to see fastball. The other third is the slider.
The 1-2. Andrews leaves it outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was the slider backhanded by Mendoza behind the dish.
Very even righty and lefty. 25 fastballs to 23 sliders, but to lefties, a lot more distribution with the fastball.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cam Andrews goes down swinging on a high slider for the 2nd out of the 5th inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Logan Stelling, doing his best Ryan Featherston impression.
Ryan Featherston, the starting pitcher for the Blues, has 9 strikeouts today in his 5 innings of work. He's been stellar, aside from the solo home run he allowed on Cy Turner in the 4th inning, and that's the big difference in this ballgame. 1-0 Alameda, and it was a 352-foot swing from Cy Turner to give Alameda the lead. Here's Brady Alves, who takes the first pitch low and inside as it ricochets off the catcher Mendoza for ball 1. Alves making his 13th start of the summer for the Blues, and is 0 for 1 today with a ground ball out to the second baseman Latimer. Alves entered today's game struggling a little bit, and he's just trying to find a rhythm this summer so far. Dean Traynor and staff has given him a few chances to try to get some momentum and try to really find his footing on this team. I talked to that actually about that with the catcher Charlie Caruso, talking about getting consistent at bats and being able to work through your mistakes. And sometimes that's hard if you're in that 3-man catching rotation that the Blues have. Charlie Caruso, Nico Button, and Cam Andrews, who's the catcher today. And kind of relate that to Brady Alves. It's been hard for him to really hit stride and work through his mistakes because he has such an inconsistent amount of playing time.
It definitely can be really tough as a player when you don't produce early and then you kind of fall out of the rotation.
1-0. He hits this one hard in the left field, though, but an easy play for Finney, who makes the running grab towards the line for the final out of the inning. So Brady Alves lines out to left. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Logan Stelling, fresh out the bullpen, and we head into the 6th inning, the Blues trailing 1-0 against the Alameda Merchants on the SLO Blues streaming network. Top of the 6th inning from Sinsheimer Stadium, and the Merchants still have a 1-0 lead against the Blues. First pitch slider is taken by the leadoff man, Dom Nahar, against Ryan Featherston. Nahar is 0 for 2 today with a ground ball back to the pitcher Featherston and a strikeout swinging. From the windup, here's the 0-1. Nahar swings and hits it off his front foot for strike 2.
At this rate, Featherston is looking to go 7, 8, maybe even a complete game.
He's been very efficient today, aside from the 4th inning where he faced 5 batters, including that home run. That's the difference in the ballgame. Grounded softly to short. Alves charges it, throws it to Tullerman, who picks it over at first, but it's not in time. Dom Nahar beats out the throw from Brady Alves, and it's an infield base hit to lead off the 6th inning.
And if you're Brady Alves right there, you just have to know that Nahar is the fastest base runner probably on the diamond today, and charge that ball and maybe have to try to field it on a funky hop. But by sitting back and waiting for a good hop, Nahar beat it out with ease.
22 stolen bases this summer for Dom Nahar. He's certainly a threat as he stands at 2nd place in the entire CCL in that metric. Here's the first pitch to Cy Turner, and it misses low and outside for ball 1. Turner's name has been mentioned every inning ever since that home run he hit in the fourth. A solo shot at 352 feet. He's 1 for 2 today with a strikeout looking as well. Pick over at first, and Nahar is back there safely. Turner has 9 extra base hits on the team, and that is the team leader. Has driven in 8 this summer for the Merchants and has 28 total bases entering today's game. 1-0 takes off the plate outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Now with that home run, now sitting at 32 total bases. That is the team leader now. Featherston comes set from the waist. Runner goes. Here's the throw from Andrews. It's a little offline, but Alves can't get the tag in time. Head first slide from Dom Nahar. He's in there safely with his 23rd stolen base of the summer, and manager Dean Traynor has some words immediately for the field umpires.
Whoa, I thought you mentioned that ball was a little off, but Alves did a good job to catch it, and I thought he had that.
Alves moving to his left, slapping the tag as he moved that way. And it's a little tough to tell from our angle, but there could have been a moment where Nahar slid to the right of the tag from Brady Alves, just barely evading it with that head first slide.
I'm not too sure. What we've seen this year from the arguments from managers on either side, this call's probably not getting changed.
And Traynor exchanging an extensive conversation with the first base umpire, though it was the second base umpire who made the call.
That is the umpire who made the call that he's discussing with.
So, no meeting, nothing comes of it. Traynor goes back into the dugout. The runner is still safe on the stolen bag. And Dom Nahar's feeling like Mike with his 23rd stolen base of the summer. Or if you know who the real GOAT is, feeling like Bronny with the stolen base. Ryan is taken off the headset. 3-0, and that misses inside, ball 4. First walk of the day issued from Ryan Featherston to put Cy Turner on first base.
Nate, you don't know ball. Case in point.
So now Dean Traynor heads out there again with Hawk Hill warming up in the bullpen. Traynor calls time and asks for a meeting with the entire infield with Ryan Featherston on the hill.
Hawk Hill is getting loose for the Blues. See if Dean Traynor makes the move or if this is just to discuss with the starting pitcher.
Arms crossed on the hill, and standing in there, it's Jackson Nystrom waiting for his third plate appearance of the afternoon. He's 0 for 1 today with a grounder to third and a hit by pitch in the fourth. That hit by pitch came promptly after Cy Turner hit that long home run and continued to stand in the batter's box for quite a while. The Blues dugout didn't take too kindly to it, and Featherston came in on him with the four-seam. A long conversation with Traynor and the rest of the infield on the pitcher's mound. I'm surprised the home plate umpire hasn't broken it up yet. It's almost like he's getting distracted by the base runners at Alameda. Now it's the manager, TJ Fairfield, calling in his base runners and the rest of his offense that are due up in this inning.
And 5 batters and the third base coach are talking to the manager right now.
This is the longest meeting I've ever seen. As Dean Traynor leaves the meeting, they're still together on the pitcher's mound, and now he's talking to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, and the only thing I can think of while they're letting the meeting go so long is because the manager for the Merchants came out to talk to his players. The home plate umpire was like, I'll let Dean continue to talk to his guys out on the bump.
Now, what could Dean be talking about with the home plate umpire here?
I'm not sure.
But the sunglasses are off, which signals passion to me. And I can't, there's nothing in recent memory that would make me think that Dean could still be talking about a call or something, words that were exchanged. It's somewhat of a passionate conversation. Glasses are off. He's animated with his head and hands, and the rest of the infield are still bunched up on the pitcher's mound.
Is it possible Dean is just stalling to give Hawk Hill more time to warm up?
You know what? There's a very good chance of that. Hawk Hill is still getting loose in the bullpen. And, yeah, he's still throwing pitches. Jaden Turner is right next to him. And he doesn't have a glove or a baseball in his hand. He's kind of just doing the motion.
Staying loose. Maybe he knows that he might be next up after Hawk. Dean is still talking with the home plate umpire.
Still talking. I've never seen this type of delay before. I'm surprised the other umpires haven't come in and butted in on this conversation as well. We've seen delays from Dean Traynor before. He's kind of an old school guy like that. Him and Bill Pintard of the Santa Barbara Foresters like to have that kind of mentality where they just like to prolong it as long as possible. And it's still going on. So now the infield has broken up.
I wish I had my timer.
I know.
Let's see. Let's figure it out. When did this start?
I have never seen a delay go this long. No call. They're not talking about a call or anything. And Ryan, I think you made a good point. This is all to give Hawk Hill some more time to pitch.
It kind of just looks like they're casually chatting like a couple of boys who haven't seen each other in a long time.
And that's what Cam Andrews and the batter Jackson Nystrom are doing right now. I think they're both just trying to figure out what's going on.
So Dean Traynor first walked over to the umpire about 2 minutes and 20 seconds ago.
Which doesn't feel that long when you say that number, but I mean, often delays like this are like a minute, 30 seconds, and it's still going. Hawk doesn't really have urgency in the bullpen right now. If I were him, I'd keep throwing as much as possible. Okay. Again, another delay resulting in nothing. You ever seen that Nick Saban press conference speech? You wake up every day, you're entitled to nothing. Great motivational speaker, Nick Saban. Best college football coach of all time.
That I will agree with you on.
So runners are at first and second, and Jackson Nystrom's at the dish. What did we get to? 3 minutes of pause time, Ryan?
Just about, yeah.
There's a first pitch slider to him, and it's taken for strike one.
Well, probably longer than that because I was counting from when Dean Traynor was talking to the home plate umpire. That didn't include his walk out there, his talk on the mound. Only the time he's spent with the home plate umpire, about halfway between the dish and the bump.
Nystrom takes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And it sucked for Featherston, too, because they were standing right in the way where Featherston could have continued to keep the arm loose, so he just had to stand there and let his arm get cold.
Here's the 1-1. Nystrom swings and hits it hard down the third base line, but it's foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Don from the University of San Francisco. Straps on his batting gloves as both runners retreat back towards their bags. So the Merchants are up 1-0 over the Blues in the top half of the 6th inning. It has been a long-winded inning following a 5+ minute delay. 1-2. Nystrom swings and misses for strike 3. Make it 10 for Ryan Featherston.
Double digits, how about it? He's been incredible today, and now he has the toughest situation he's been in all day long with 2 on and nobody out, and gets a strikeout from Nystrom.
That's the first out of the inning, and Emmett Finney steps up to the dish. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeouts. Popped out to the third baseman Ardois the last time he was up. Finney takes an offering outside, and Andrews blocks it for ball 1. Finney entered today's game batting .277 with a .460 on base. A .340 slugging, good for an .801 OPS. An open stance upright in the back of the right-handed batter's box. Here's the 1-0. Finney with a wild hack and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, that was a crazy swing. He rolled over his hands in the beginning part of his swing, which then made a herky-jerky follow-through.
Tomfoolery. Side turners at first, and Dom Nahar's over at second. The 1-1. Finney with an identical swing and miss for strike two. Bullpen empty for the Merchants, and Hawkhill still getting loose for the Blues. Now accompanied by pitching coach Brian Traynor. A peek at second with one out. Now the 1-2. Both runners take off. The pitch misses low, and a successful double steal for the Merchants puts two runners in scoring position.
It looked like Cam Andrews wanted to go to second to try to get the slower runner, Turner, but it was not being covered by either the second baseman or the shortstop.
So now the infield will play in with one out, a 2-2 count with two runners in scoring position. Nahar at third and Turner at second. It's Emmett Finney. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Make it 11 for Ryan Featherston. A big out for Featherston here in the second out of the sixth.
Absolutely gigantic. He gets back-to-back strikeouts after putting two on. That's huge for the Blues.
So here's Brendan O'Sullivan now, the shortstop, batting fifth today, only playing in his fifth game of the summer for the Alameda Merchants. Has a chance here to extend the lead over the Blues. 6 hits between these two ball clubs, 3 for the Merchants and 3 for the Blues. O'Sullivan trying to take the edge over the Blues here. First pitch, Sullivan takes it low and outside, and it's blocked by Andrews for ball one.
Cam Andrews is, I'd say he's an above-average defender behind the dish, but definitely the best part of his game is his blocking. He's really good at reading pitches and blocking balls in front of him.
Blocking and toughness. He sure knows how to wear those balls when he blocks them in front. 1-0. Taken down the middle of the plate for strike one. Here's the 1-1. Popped up off the end of the bat. Might be playable for the catcher, Andrews. As he's in foul ground, he slides and won't get there. A nice play, or a nice effort there from Andrews, sliding at the last minute and just out of the reach of the third baseman, Ardoin. The catcher's Andrew.
Yeah, it was really good effort there from Andrews. He's had a couple of those where he's had to rip the mask off and put it in the highest gear to try to get a ball in foul territory.
Runners on second and third. The Blues down 1-0 against the Merchants. 1-2 against Brendan O'Sullivan. The pitch takes just off the plate outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. But now the base runner in Naher is caught in the middle, but he slides back to third safely with a head-first dive. Tried to catch everyone lacking. So it's 2-2 to Brendan O'Sullivan with 2 outs. There was some motion there with Dom Nahar over at third, but he gets back there safely. Ryan Featherston from the stretch. Wind blowing out to center field. The Blues trail by 1. Here's the 2-2. Taken strike 3. The 8-timer goes off. A baker's dozen for Ryan Featherston. Strands 2 runners in scoring position. He just keeps racking up those Ks. Still 1-0 Merchants on the Slow Blues streaming network. Ryan Featherston has 12 strikeouts in his 6 innings of work. It's still 1-0 Alameda Merchants, though, with E.J. Royal coming up to the dish for the Blues. Royal takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. E.J. is 1 for 2 today with a single in the first and a ground ball out to the second baseman Latimer in the third. He was thrown out at home trying to score on a Zach Tullerman single. Royal takes a pitch low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. E.J., the center fielder, one of the better batters in this lineup in terms of putting bat on ball with his .310 batting average. Second on the team behind Zach Tullerman with his .357, as E.J. sends it just to the right of us for a foul ball and strike 1. He paces around the batter's box with Jake Hicksonbaugh standing on deck. Logan Stelling back out there for another inning of work for the Merchants. He had an easy 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half of the 5th, fresh out the pen. 2-1. Royal almost hit by an offering inside. 3 balls and 1 strike now. And EJ's about his business. Just finished up 2 seasons at Utah Tech. And now looking for a program in independent baseball. Pitch misses high and outside. A leadoff walk for Royal. 3rd walk of the day issued from Alameda pitching. And this one puts on the leadoff man.
Hey, you want to talk some playoff stuff?
Let's do it.
All right, so when you look at the overall games left, Blues have 8 including today. Their magic number to make the playoffs is 7. So they hold their own destiny to make the playoffs. If they were to win, technically with today's game because they play the team in 4th, if they were to win 6 of their final 8 games, they're a playoff team.
Pick over to first, and it gets away from the first baseman Gomez. Royal jets towards second. He rounds the bag and heads to third. He puts his head down. The throw comes in. A head first slide. He's in there safely. 180-foot mistake from the pitcher Stelling puts the tying run 90 feet away for the Blues.
Blues love that, especially, as I mentioned, a win today would be gigantic for their playoff hopes.
You know, we talk a lot about the numbers, the magic numbers, who needs to win, who needs to lose. If you're a player on the Blues, I'm just trying to win every game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned, the biggest thing for the Blues right now is they hold their own destiny. If they can win 6 out of their last 8, they're a playoff team. So it doesn't matter what the other teams do as long as you continue to win baseball.
Well, the ball's in Jake Hicksonbaugh's court right now with the infield playing in and a runner at third. Hicks takes outside as Mendoza falls to his backside for ball 1.
However, if the Blues were to lose 3 or more of their next 8, then they would need a little bit of help from other teams to beat whoever is the 4 seed, which right now are the Merchants.
1-0, Hicksonbaugh laces it into right field, a base hit. Jake Hicksonbaugh ties the game with 1 swing of the bat with a 1-run single in the 6th.
Just a great piece of hitting from Jake Hicksonbaugh. Lined that one right through the hole, 83 miles an hour. He didn't have to hit it quite on the screws with the infield in, but he did just the job.
2-hit day for Jake Hicksonbaugh, starting to find his stride batting in that 2 spot for the Blues.
So the Blues, however, if they want to host a playoff game, match number is 9, which they do not hold their own destiny to unless they win today.
Tallman is plunked on the backside by a pitch on the first ball he sees.
Ouch, that could not feel good for Tallman, but the Blues will take it. As Nate and I have mentioned a couple times in this inning now, it's all about winning your own games, which that'll help.
So Tallman reaches first, and it's Sam Ardois now.
So the magic number is 9 for a 2 seed and to host a playoff game. If they were to win today, because Merchants are in 4th and the Blues get a win, that would make it so that their magic number is now 7 with 7 games left to play. So a winning out for the Blues would mean that they are the 2 seed in the CCL North. They can still get the 2 seed if they don't win every game remaining. They would just, again, need help from other teams beating whoever the 4th seed is, which right now is the Merchants.
So are the Blues mathematically eliminated from winning the regular season of the CCL North or no?
See, that I'm not sure of.
Okay.
I can figure it out, and I can get back to you. But
Well, we can have our nerds do that.
the 2 and 3 are more probable
Yes,
for sure. The 3 seed is what it looks like the Blues are going to be. The biggest thing for the Blues is they need whoever's in 4th place to be eliminated at some point, and hopefully it's not there. So with a loss today for Menlo Park, who currently sits in 5th, they will be eliminated, and they're losing 6-0 to the Foresters. The Blues have the Menlo Park Legends tomorrow as well.
Yeah, a game against the Legends. And the Blues, if they were to win that 2nd place spot in the CCL North, means that they would host the wild card game here at Sinsheimer.
Yeah, that would be on the 29th,
Yes.
a Tuesday.
And it would either be the Dads or the Merchants if it were to end now, correct? Most likely.
It would be, if the season were to end today, it would be the Dads.
Yes. Here's Artois. First pitch is a slider low and outside, 1-0.
Let me get back to you and see what the stipulations are for getting the 1 seed and the bye.
Professional numbers cruncher, Ryan Giacomini. Here's the 1-0. Artois flinches and takes a slider for a called strike, 1-1. Yeah, so if the Blues were to finish as a 3 seed in the CCL North, that would mean they would travel on the road to play in the wild card game. That would then play the 1 seed who has a bye. The 1-1. Artois takes it low and outside, 2 balls and a strike now. And then that game against the 1 seed would happen on July 30th. Yeah. Ixenbad second base, Zach Tullerman at first. Here's the 2-1. Artois takes a slider outside, 3 balls and 1 strike now.
So the Blues definitely have a path to be the 1 seed. It is going to mean that the Blues are going to have to win a lot of games. Probably all 8 of their final games will have to be won, but it is definitely possible. It's really more dependent on the other teams.
Strike 2 called to Sam Artois, 3-2 now.
What I can guarantee you is that the Blues do not hold their own destiny for the 1 seed, because if the Stompers were to win out and the Blues also win out, the Stompers, who are currently in first, would be the 1 seed. So they need some losses from the Stompers, and they need to continue to win games.
The Blues currently a game outside of first place where the Stompers stand. Artois takes the pitch inside, and that's ball 4. Bases are loaded for Diego Murillo.
Might be the guy you want up right now. You look at this lineup, you say maybe Tullerman, maybe Artois. Right now, I think it would be Diego Murillo, who single-handedly won the Blues the game yesterday at the plate with his 3 RBIs.
So here's Murillo, 0 for 1 today with a pop out to right and a pair of walks. The Blues offense have walked 4 times today, and he accounts for 1 of them. Excuse me. Sam Artois has a pair of walks now. Murillo is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right and a walk. Not that different. Ball pops out of the mid of Mendoza, but all the runners stay at their stations. 1-0 to Diego with Ixenbad third, Tullerman at second, and Sam Artois at first. A baby blue arm sleeve and his red batting gloves, trying to keep the main thing in a 1-0 count against Stelling. The pitch misses outside. Mendoza stops it with a backhand, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what do you think of this? Because you can't see it from here, but on that front left elbow, it's a green Evo shield. So he has green, baby blue, the royal blue, and the red with the white pants. What do you think?
As far as I'm concerned, he can do whatever he wants.
True.
2-0. Murillo leaves it high, 3 balls and no strikes. That green elbow pad, I'm going to assume, is from Northeastern State, where he spent his past season in Oklahoma, because they are green, the River Hawks. Bases loaded with no outs. The pitch. Murillo takes it inside, and that's ball 4. A go-ahead walk for Diego Murillo makes it a 2-1 ball game over the Merchants.
Diego Murillo is just playing the best baseball right now. When you look at his last 6 games, we'll include today, 7 games. 15 hits and now 9 RBIs in his last 7 games played.
That's pretty good. So a new pitcher comes into the game. TJ Fairfield fetches his righty Stelly, and we let you know who it is. Right after this, the Blues have taken the lead off a walk from Murillo. It's 2-1 SLO on the SLO Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher for the Merchants. It's the left-hander Dominic Crestinzio, a San Mateo native who is uncommitted and is making his 7th start of the summer for the Merchants. A .337 average coming out of the bullpen in 13 1/3 innings pitched. The lefty delivers against the righty Suzuki, who swings and misses at the first offering for strike 1. In those 13 1/3 innings pitched, Crestinzio has hurled 8 strikeouts and 8 walks with 16 base hits. He last made an appearance 7 days ago on July 12th against the Walnut Creek Crawdads in their 5-1 victory over the Dads. Here's the 0-1. Suzuki spins it foul down the first base line. 0-2 now to Kosei. He pitched in 3 innings of relief against the Dads, allowed 1 earned run on a hit, no walks and 2 strikeouts. This is also a pitcher who has been struggling as of late to live within the zone, so an interesting decision here for the Merchants and manager TJ Fairfield. The 0-2. Suzuki pops it up to the left side. Might be playable for the catcher Mendoza, but it will land just behind the dugout on the third base side. We'll do it again at 0-2.
Crestinzio is a 4-pitch guy. Mainly he's throwing that fastball. Actually, a lot of the time it's going to be a fastball, but he'll mix in a slider and a changeup with the occasional curveball.
Pitched at College of San Mateo his first 2 seasons of ball. This past season with the Bulldogs, had 30 strikeouts in his 35 2/3 innings pitched with a 1.35 whip and a 3.53 ERA. And that batting average below 200 and that batting average against. Blues up 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Suzuki flinches and it misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A nice lead from Kosei. The lefty Crestinzio against the righty Suzuki. Murillo at first, Ardois at second, and Tellerman at third. The 1-2. Suzuki grounds it to short. O'Sullivan charges it, flips to second for 1. They go to first and can't turn the double play as Tellerman scores. And they say Ardois is out on interference, and the runner at first is out as well. An emphatic out call by the second base umpire. And yeah, they're going to call interference on Murillo. Check that, actually. That was some passion on that out call over at first base, and promptly sends out Dean Traynor.
Yeah, I'm just a little confused as to what Murillo was supposed to do. He slid, he was on the base, and he stood up. What do you? It's not like he slid past the base, intentionally made contact with the fielder who was standing on second. I'm just a little confused as to what Murillo is supposed to do. Just kind of lay on his back.
Dean Traynor standing on the first base side, and the second base umpire quickly jogs over to get him off the field. Dean talking now to the second base umpire as the home plate umpire has his mask off and his hands on his hips. Paul Teixeira's got some words for the first base umpire as well, and Dean's getting fired up. Both of these guys just have so much adrenaline coursing through their veins right now.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell the umpire did with his emphatic call at first.
He's fired up, there's no doubt. So now Brian Traynor trying to separate things as Dean changes the conversation from the field umpire to the home plate umpire. Obviously, we can't tell what Dean is saying, but honestly shocked that he hasn't been tossed yet. We have a few coaches trying to get Dean off the field as he's talking to the first base umpire now. How about the leash on Dean Traynor? The trigger has been a lot quicker than the past years.
How has he not been thrown out this year is my only question.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many games where, you know, like you said, it's hard for us to see, but it's easy to tell when Dean is not happy because A, you can get some context clues of what's going on the field, but then B, gets his hands wide and he's talking in the face of the umpire.
Yeah.
And if I were an umpire, I would not take that.
So Tellerman scores amidst all of this. It's a 3-1 game as we're in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's Gavin Smith. Smith has Ardois at third.
It's an RBI double play for Kosei Suzuki.
In the first pitch, Smith flinches and takes strike 1. Cam Andrews stands on deck for the Blues. Here's the 0-1. Smith takes it outside, 1 ball and a strike. Gavin today is 0 for 2 with a ground ball out to the shortstop O'Sullivan and a strikeout swinging to begin the 5th inning. Batting 7th and playing in left field this afternoon for San Luis Obispo. And the pitcher, Crescenzio, disengages from the hill. And we're ready to go. Paul Teixeira is still talking to the first base umpire. He's ticked off. There's the 1-1. Smith takes it inside, 2 balls and a strike now. Two-one. Smith drills it to short. O'Sullivan scoops it up, though. Throws it hard across the diamond, and a stretch from Gomez retires the left fielder in time to retire the side. But the Blues with a 3 spot take the lead against the Merchants. It's 3-1 San Luis Obispo as we head into the 7th inning on the SLO Blues streaming network. Ryan Featherston's reign of terror is over. 6 innings of work, 1 walk, 1 run, and 12 strikeouts. It's a new pitcher, Hawk Hill, making an appearance for the first time since July 9th, 10 days ago, against the Santa Barbara Foresters, where he pitched in 2 innings. Gets a swing and a miss here from Mateo Mendoza for strike 2. In those 2 innings, he allowed 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts after facing 7 batters. From the windup, here comes Hill. Slider poked the opposite way, and diving in right field is Hixenbaugh. Another spectacular grab.
Hum you, Jake Hixenbaugh. What a play. Fully extended to grab that one out in right field and save a hit for Hawk Hill.
What a grab from Hicks, proving he belongs in the lineup every day with a multi-hit day and a nice play out in right. He made a nice play out in left a couple days ago too. So now it's Jack Bollinger, the right fielder, who's 1 for 2 and swings and misses against Hill for strike 1. Bollinger singled in the 5th and grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd.
You look at Featherston's final line, 12 strikeouts versus 23 batters faced.
Swings and fouls it straight back for strike 2. That's domination.
Yeah, I mean, that means over 50% of the batters he faced struck out. If you were to, there's a better odds that you land tails when you flip a coin than you put the ball in play against Featherston.
That's awesome. Here's the 0-2. Bollinger is hit by the pitch inside. There's an argument to be had if Jack Bollinger leaned in on that pitch, but I think there's some fatigue with these umpires and the staff of the Blues.
And take another look right there and be the judge.
There's Fabian Gomez either way, with a runner on first now. Merchants trail by 2 against the Blues. A 3-1 lead for San Luis Obispo in the top half of the 7th. Bollinger at first, and Gomez is 0 for 2 today with a line out to short and a strikeout swinging. First pitch, Gomez takes it outside, 1-0. Fabian, today's first baseman, bats left-handed and bats 8th for Alameda. A sub-200 batting average heading into today's game with a .528 OPS. 1-0, and it misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Caleb Latimer awaits on deck to face the new pitcher, Hawk Hill, as Sam Ardois jogs towards the mound, and he's got some words for his righty Hill. Middle of the infield staying at their spots, and the wind is jetting out to left. That's where Gavin Smith is, and he's playing relatively deep.
What'd you guess?
1350.
Ooh, you're right next to me.
What'd you put?
1339.
I like it. Today's attendance guess. Pick over to first, and not in time. Bollinger's back in there.
No, I hope it's like 1344, so it's right in the middle of both of us. We'd both be 5 away.
2-0. And it's just off the plate outside, 3-0. I thought I won yesterday. I was 6 off, I think.
You came in 3rd.
I came in 3rd.
Yeah.
No High Street gift card for me. Hill from the stretch with 1 out, 3-0. There's a called strike to Gomez, 3-1. This is the first time that Hill is facing the Merchants this summer. The longest outing he had was against the Arroyo Seco Saints on July 2nd with 5 innings. Pick over to first, not in time. I knew it was going to be something like that.
Yeah, 1223 is today's attendance.
It's just not.
I'm sorry, it's not.
3-1. And misses high and outside. That's ball 4 to Gomez. So now the tying run, or the go-ahead run, is at the dish.
The only thing that might keep it around that number is the VIP section, because we got a large VIP section with not a lot of people in it.
We do.
But even then, it's what, 750 of the orange row seats are filled up? 700 maybe?
Something like it, yeah.
And then I'd say there's about 600 in the grass, my rough estimate.
Well, here's Jace Jeremiah, pinch hitter for Caleb Latimer. 0 for 2 day for the second baseman Latimer with a couple of Ks. And now Jeremiah comes in with 2 runners on for the Merchants. Bollinger at second and Gomez at first. And we'll get a pinch runner at first base for Fabian Gomez. Looks like Hayden Young-Goldberg will be at first base now. So Young-Goldberg now at first, pinch running for Fabian Gomez. And it's Jace Jeremiah who started yesterday and the day before for Alameda. Hawk Hill in a jam with 1 out, and a righty getting loose in the bullpen for the Blues, Charlie Ferris. Here's the first pitch. Jeremiah off the bench, wraps it on the ground left side. Gloved by Alves at short. They'll go to second for 1. They can't quite turn the double play. They just get the force out at second. So Young-Goldberg is retired, and Jeremiah reaches.
6'4" fielder's choice gets Hawk Hill his second out, but moves a run 90 feet away.
Still, the tying run is still on base. Jace Jeremiah is the tying run with Jack Bollinger at third. And now it's Dom Nahar, who is 1 for 3 today. Grounded back to the pitcher, struck out swinging, and singled in the 6th. A pair of stolen bases, but he was stranded at third. First offering's a slider and a called strike 0-1. Hill's high in strikeouts was 4 in 3 1/3 innings against the Sonoma Stompers, his old team. That was back on June 4th. The 0-1, half swing on a slider. Deep in the 5-hole, Murillo across his body goes to Tullerman, who can't dig it out on the dirt. A run comes in to score, an infield base hit for Dom Nahar, his second knock of the afternoon. 3-2 ball game now. The Blues still lead against the Merchants. So Jack Bollinger comes in to score, and Jace Jeremiah is at second base. Dom Nahar at first with, here comes Cy Turner. Getting flashbacks to that solo home run he hit in the 4th. And we know he has the ability to take the lead in this game with 1 swing. A slider fluttering outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Left-handed hitter against the righty Hill, who stands in there from the stretch with his navy blue stirrups and his pinstripe pants. Throwing arm wrapped behind his back, and he comes set at the belly. Here's the 1-0. Misses in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Cy Turner in the driver's seat. The meeting between Ardois and Hill as Andrews will come in and join. Now, heartbeat kind of going up a little bit for the Blues. You had Ryan Featherston, who was cruising through this ball game, and now you got Hawk Hill on the hill, who hasn't pitched in over a week, 10 days to be exact. Has a 5.30 earned run average this summer, but it's a little deceptive because he gave up 8 earned runs in 4 innings against the Legends. Aside from that, he hasn't given up more than 1 run in an outing. Here's the 2-0. Swings and is late on a fastball as he sends it into the Merchants bullpen for strike 1. Yeah, no runs against the Foresters, 1 against the Saints, none against the Tide, and then 1 against the Tide, then that snowman against the Legends, and then 1 run against the Stompers. 2 balls and 1 strike to the 2-hole hitter Turner. The pitch, grounds it right side. Murillo slides, gets up, throws to first in time. Diego Murillo maintains the Blues' 1-run lead on a nice play on a ground ball to his side. 3-2 Blues as we head into the bottom half of the 7th inning, which is brought to you by Studio Design Group Architects.
Bottom of the 7th inning is brought to you by the talented team at Studio Design Group Architects. Whether you're designing, planning, or needing permits for a space, Studio Design Group and their collaborative philosophy have you covered. Visit sdgarchitects.com to learn more.
Cam Andrews leads it off in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and there are a couple of defensive changes for the Merchants. Young Goldberg's in left, and Finney is at first for Alameda. The pitch, and it misses downstairs to Andrews. 1 ball, no strikes. Blues still lead 3-2 against the Alameda Merchants. Bit of a scary inning there for Hawk Hill, who came in to relieve Ryan Featherston in the 7th. 1-0. Andrews rolls on a pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. RBI single from Dom Nahar with 2 outs. Scored Jack Bollinger, who was hit by a pitch, brought the game within 1. Here's the 3-0. Andrews flinches and takes ball 4. Leadoff walk for today's backstop, and that starts the inning.
It's a good way to start this inning for the Blues, who are trying to add an insurance run now after the Merchants cut it to 1. Would love to make sure that it's a little bit harder for the Merchants to come back and win this game.
So here's Brady Alves now following the leadoff walk. That's the 5th walk of the day for the Blues. And it's Alves who's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second and flew out to left. The shortstop has been challenged a few times today defensively as he shows bunt. Third baseman Turner creeps. Alves gets it down in front of home plate, but it's fouled down the first base line. Strike 1 to Brady Alves as he heads back to home.
Team trainer and the Blues opting for some small ball. Alves will more than likely will lay down another bunt and try to move Cam Andrews into scoring position for the top of the order.
A JUCO bandit from Butte Community College will be returning to that same college this next season after redshirting his first year there. 0-1, he gets it down for the first base line, and it's perfect. The catcher Mendoza gets up, and the home plate umpire quickly signals foul. Might go off the front foot of Alves, potentially. He hit it twice. So I think he bunted it, got it down, and it bounced right back up into his bat.
It's an unfortunate break because that was a pretty well-placed baseball.
Yeah. Only issue is it wouldn't have been as well-placed if it didn't hit off the bat a second time. You don't see that too often. And Alves comes back in the box in an 0-2 count. A.J. Royal stands on deck. Andrews inching off first base after walking to begin the 7th. The pitcher is Dominic Crestinzio, and the lefty comes set at the belt. Here's the 0-2. Alves swings and flares it straight back, and will do it again. Blues wearing their blue tops and silver lettering with the white pinstripe pants. Merchants also wearing their navy blue tops with gray pants. Here's the 0-2. Alves swings and misses for strike 3. Only the 3rd strikeout of the day for the Blues offense, and the first one of Brady Alves this afternoon.
Top of the order for the Blues.
Here's E.J. Royal, who's 1 of 2 today. A single in the 1st, a ground out to 2nd, and he walked in the 6th and came around to score on Jake Hicksonbaugh's RBI single. First pitch, and Royal takes it in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Pick over at first, and Andrews is back in time. The 3-2 ball game, the Blues up by 1 against Alameda, trying to get a clean sweep against the Merchants on this 4-game homestand. Saturday in the park, as Royal takes it up and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. There just aren't 1,200 people here, Ryan.
No, man. There's 13.
It's more than 1,200.
There's 1339.
Yes. With 1 out, the 2-0. Royal with a violent swing and a miss for strike 2, or strike 1.
The only thing might be that VIP section.
I
It's pretty bad.
I still don't.
Yeah, I still don't believe it.
No. Here's the 2-1. Royal takes a slider for strike 2. EJ in batting practice today wearing a new pair of sunglasses. Orange frames and multicolored lenses.
I think he had those yesterday too.
Did he?
So maybe just new after the break, some new stuff.
Fouling it straight back, we'll do it again.
It looked like a bunch of the guys yesterday actually had new shades, or at least they all looked very new.
Zach Savino was wearing new shades for sure.
I saw yesterday Spice had some shades that I didn't ask, but they looked very new.
Okay. He loves those 100%s, or Oakleys. 2-2, cold strike 3. Runner goes. Here's the throw to second. A little strike him out, throw him out to end the frame. Andrews is thrown out. He's caught stealing, and that ends the bottom half of the 7th inning. Blues still up, though, 3-2, heading into the 8th on the SLO Blues streaming network. Three, 4, 5 due up in the top half of the 8th inning. The Merchants trail the Blues 3-2 as their strike 1 from Hawk Hill delivered to Jackson Nystrom, who is 0 for 2 today with a ground ball to third and a strikeout swinging alongside a hit by pitch. This one sent the opposite way, and it's foul out of the stadium. No balls and 2 strikes. Charlie Ferris, a right-hander from Stephen F. Austin, still getting loose. Here's the 0-2 to Nystrom. Swinging a soft grounder to the second baseman, Murillo, who charges it, sets his feet, and flips it over to first in time.
That was a routine play for Murillo, but he continues to prove day in and day out why he's the best defender on this Blues roster, at least infielder.
Here's Emmett Finney now, who moved from left field to first base this past half inning. He's 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a pop out to third. Finney is from Alameda, California, and a Spartan from San Jose State, also a recipient of strike 1 against Hawk Hill. He only appeared in 4 games for the Spartans this past season, but got a bulk of his action against at Chabot College. 46 appearances with a .376 batting average in 2024. A .661 slugging. Swings and fouls it straight back for strike 2. In 25 appearances at Ohlone College in 2023, he recorded 10 runs, 7 RBIs, and 3 homers. Slider just misses off the plate inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Finney. What's in the water there at Ohlone College, man? We've just seen so many bats there.
Yeah, home runs are in the water.
The 1-2. Finney leaves it high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Middle of the infield wide open for the right-handed hitting Emmett Finney, who has 1 homer this summer. 2-2, tagged into center field, but Worrell's got a beat on it as he bounces underneath it and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Quick work here in the 8th for Hawk Hill after a prolonged 7th inning. Good to get his feet back under him.
So with 2 gone outs, Brendan O'Sullivan, an 0-for-3 day for O'Sullivan. Having an identical day to Emmett Finney, 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts and a pop out to Sam Ardois. Pitch just misses off the plate outside. 1 ball, no strikes to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan was strikeout victim number 12 against Ryan Featherston this afternoon. 1-0, he puts it on the ground left side, gobbled up by Alves at short. He throws it over to first, and Tollerman picks it. 1-2-3 inning for Hawk Hill in the 8th inning as we head into the bottom half of the frame, brought to you by EECU. Jake Hicksonbaugh leads it off in the bottom half of the 8th inning against Dominic Crescenzo, who's back out there for another inning of work. A left-on-left matchup here with a 3-2 lead. Hicksonbaugh shows bunt and pulls it back for ball 1. This bottom of the 8th inning is brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union. Proudly serving the Central Coast, EECU is located in Paso Robles and can be found at myecu.org. Experience smarter banking at Educational Employees Credit Union. Here's the 1-0 to Hicksonbaugh. Jake slaps it straight back, and it's foul. 1-1 to Hicks, who's having himself a day, a 2-for-3 afternoon with an RBI single to tie the game in the 6th inning. Since then, the Blues have taken the lead off an RBI walk and an RBI double play from Murillo and Suzuki, respectively. Here's the 1-1. Hixenbaugh leaves it in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike now. So now we sit here at a 3-2 game. The Merchants brought it within 1 with an RBI single from Dom Nahar in the 7th. And it came from Hawk Hill, who relieved Ryan Featherston in that frame. Featherston was spectacular today. 12 strikeouts in 6 innings with 1 earned run. Here's the 2-1. Hixenbaugh off the hands, hits it to the second baseman Latimer, who gets the pick over at second and throws it over to first in time.
Had some wicked spin on it. I made it a really tough play for Jeremiah out there at second base now, who replaces Latimer after pinch hitting.
So yes, that is Jeremiah over at second, and Zach Tollerman steps in. 1 for 2 today, a single in the first, a grounder to short, and a hit by pitch in the 6th. He scored on the Diego Murillo walk. First pitch to Tollerman, he leaves it low, 1 ball, no strikes. And a nod of approval from the catcher Mendoza, who liked that slider out of the arm of Cristinzio. Blues trying to hang on to this lead on the bottom half of the 8th inning. 1-0. Tollerman takes a fluttering secondary pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And not only are they trying to hang on to this 3-2 lead, they're trying to tack on to make the work for Hawk Hill that much easier. Although it may not be Hill, as Charlie Ferris is still warming up. Here's the 2-0. Tollerman takes it off the plate outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0. ZT takes it high. That's ball 4. 4-pitch walk from Dominic Cristinzio puts a 1-out base runner on.
Zach Tollerman just finds a way to get on base. It says it in his on-base percentage of .500. That was coming into this game, which is second in the entire conference. But when you just look back kind of at this entire road, or this entire home stretch in the game after the break, 0 for 4 today, it's going to happen. But in the last 2 games, he's now reached base safely 3 times each.
He reaches again here, and Eric Furness will pinch run for him. So Eric Furness now at first, and it's Sam Ardois coming up to the dish.
Pinch runner for Tollerman. Eric Furness.
So Tollerman digs into the crater that is the right-handed batter's box this afternoon. And Cristinzio now working with a runner on first. Pick over to first, and Furness is barely back in time.
Slide.
Yeah, he was in there standing over at first base. Didn't get a huge lead off first, but yes, still.
He's toying with Cristinzio.
Another close call, but this time he's back in there with a head first dive. Turner, the third baseman, pinching on the infield grass as Ardois waits the first offering. This is outside, 1-0. Cristinzio this inning has just kind of struggled to find the zone. He got the ground ball out from Hixenbaugh. That walk from Tollerman, 4 pitches, award him the free 90 feet. Another pick to first, and Furness is in there standing again. The Merchants trying to keep this game close. They trail by 1 against the Blues. 1-0. This thing up and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 6 straight balls from Dominic Cristinzio. Wind still blowing out to left, and the 2-0. Called strike to Sammy, 2 balls and a strike. They try to back pick over to first, and Furness is in there in time. Another close call. Furness is in there okay. Diego Murillo stands on deck for the Blues. Here's the 2-1. Artois again leaves it a high and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Seven of the last 8 pitches from Crescenzio have been balls. And another pick over to first, and Furness is in there in time.
That doesn't include the 5 pickoff moves to first, does it?
No, it does not. (3-1), and now Artois walks. A 5-pitch walk to Sam Artois. That's his 3rd walk of the afternoon.
Middle of the order for the Blues, 3, 4, 5 are drawn walks. 6 total for those 3 batters combined.
2 runners on, and now the manager, TJ Fairfield, heads out there.
As well as the Mid-State Fair, Michael Lafluma.
Entire infield comes into the mound as a right-hander does get loose in the Alameda bullpen.
As are the Mortgage House, Mr. Putter's Putt-Putt Mini Golf, Mustang Private Wealth, New Times, Enviro, and
So big game around the CCL for the Blues in terms of playoff standings. The Dads and the Stompers, that just got started, and the Dads are up 2-0 in the bottom of the 1st. Another big one is Foresters Menlo Park. The Stars probably going to take that one home, 12-3 in the top of the 6th. Remember, if the Stars beat the Legends are eliminated from the playoffs.
It was Zach Justice.
2-run home run.
Yep. San Diego State commit, a former Duck from Oregon, a catcher for Walnut Creek. Putting him on the board. Here's Murillo with 2 runners on. Murillo 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right with a pair of walks, one of them producing a run. First pitch, Diego takes it in the dirt, 1-0. Crescenzio just continuing to struggle to find the zone. Kosei Suzuki stands on deck. With 1 out, here's the 1-0 to Murillo. 2 peaks at second, now delivers. Diego swings and misses at a changeup for strike 1.
That's one I would like to see Murillo leave. Crescenzio has, like Nate mentioned, thrown a ton of balls recently. I mean, I believe it was 9 out of his last 10 pitches prior to that one. Take until he throws you something in the zone.
Here's the 1-1. Slips out at the fingertips of Crescenzio and misses outside, 2-1. And make him come to you, as they would say. Runners on first and second, 2-1. Murillo takes outside, 3 balls and a strike.
Dads are threatening to score again with a runner on second and no outs.
Blues win, Dads win. We stay right where we are in the playoffs, correct?
Yep.
Blues in second, Crawdads in third. 3-1. Murillo is hit by the pitch. Oh, man, it's getting really ugly here in the 8th inning. A ground out to second, 2 walks, and now a hit by pitch loads the bases.
There is a righty who was just getting loose and is now walking towards the dugout as the manager is going to come back out and they're going to make a move.
Yeah, new noodle for Alameda. 3 walks and a hit by pitch, and Dominic Crescenzio's day is done. We'll let you know who it is right after this on the Slow Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher in for the Alameda Merchants. Coming out of the bullpen, it's Will Benini. He replaces Dominic Cristinzio, who went 2 innings of work, no hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The runs still to be determined, as all the runners on base right now will go under Cristinzio's name. So now it's Kosei Suzuki against Benini. First offering, and it's called strike 1 against Suzuki. Kosei today is 0 for 3. He'll pop out a fly out and a ground into a double play. Now he stands in with the bases loaded, up by 1. Second offering misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Will Benini is a Bulldog from the College of San Mateo, and he's making his 8th appearance this summer for the Alameda Merchants. Has 2 saves and an 11 1/3 innings pitch, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 5 hits for a sub-1 earned run average. Here's the 1-1. Suzuki with a high bouncer in the infield. The third baseman will glove it, hurl it over to first in time, but the run will score. Suzuki drives in 1 to make it a 4-2 ball game, but they get him out at first base. A high chopper to the third baseman Turner, and he's able to make the throw in time. An RBI ground out for Kosei Suzuki. With 2 outs now, it's Gavin Smith. So Eric Furness scores after pinch running for Zach Tallerman. Ardois moves to third and Murillo to second. Gavin Smith is 0 for 3 today with 2 ground outs and a strikeout swinging. First pitch, and it's a called strike to Smith, 0-1. Smith, the left fielder, batting 7th today. And what is now a 4-2 ball game. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 0-1. And Smith takes it outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And that run that came in to score, Eric Furness, will be credited to Cristinzio. Cam Andrews stands on deck for San Luis Obispo as the new righty Benini comes set at the belt. The 1-1. Smith with a big swing and a miss, drops to 1 knee for strike 2. Last time Benini was out there for Alameda was back on July 9th, 10 days ago. He pitched in 2 innings, faced 6 batters, and struck out 1. The uncommitted Bulldog from San Mateo delivers. 1-2 is sent straight back, and it's foul. Longest outing he had was against the Seagulls on June 18th, where he went 2 1/3, allowed 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. He has only allowed 1 earned run this entire summer. It is against the Stompers on June 12th. So over a month since allowing an earned run. Here's the 1-2. Smith at the last second puts a barrel on a ball down the right field line and foul. We'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6'5", 215-pound junior from San Mateo, California. Runners going on the swing. Here's the 1-2. Smith dribbles it down the third base line and foul. Nice play by third base coach Rene Regalado.
Money BP thrower.
Money, right?
It can also field a grounder, I guess.
It's perfect, literally. From the stretch with 2 outs, the 1-2. Smith off the hands, bleeds it into left center, a base hit. Ardois scores easily. Murillo rounds third, and he'll score as well. On the throw, Smith thought about going towards second, but he'll stay at first. It's a 2 RBI single, and the Blues extend 6-2 in the 8th.
And Blues just continue to tack on, and that is a big one because you might be like, oh, well, I mean, obviously it's nice that they extend the lead up to 4, but what's really nice is now, even with a grand slam, the Blues are still in this game as the Merchants would only tied up, so you're almost at a slam range.
So now Dominic Cristinzio's day is officially done, as all those runs he allowed to get on base have scored. The 2 walks and the hit by pitch have crossed home plate, and now SLO leads by 4 against the Merchants. So here's Cam Andrews now. Off the hands, up the middle, it ricochets off the mound, and an easy flip to second base to get the force out. Retires the side, but Hawk Hill has a much easier job to do up by 4, if it even will be Hawk Hill. Nope, it's Charlie Ferris coming out of the bullpen for the Blues. A 6-2 lead for San Luis Obispo as they try to slam the door and get the sweep over the Merchants in the top of the 9th inning. Stay tuned on the SLO Blues Streaming Network. A pinch hitter for the Alameda Merchants. Manager T.C. Fairchild reaching into his bag of tricks to try to rally and at least tie it against the Blues in the top half of the 9th inning. SLO with a 3 spot in the bottom half of the 8th extends their lead. They lead 6-3 now. A much tougher task at hand for the Alameda Merchants if they want to avoid a sweep against the Blues. On the SLO side, they're looking for their 5th win in a row. It's Tackless, who started yesterday for Alameda. He batted 5th and played in right. He went 2 for 4. Here's the first pitch from the new noodle, Ferris. Fastball just missing up and outside. It's ball 1. And Charlie coming in to replace Hawk Hill, who was pretty solid. Just allowed 1 run to score. And it was a hit by pitch. Jack Bollinger came around to score. Here's the 1-0. Tackless leaves it high. 2 balls and no strikes. Ferris, a transfer from the University of Texas, a former football player for the Longhorns. Now a Lumberjack at Stephen F. Austin. From the windup, here's the 2-0. Tackless leaves it high. 3 straight balls from Charlie Ferris.
Some defensive adjustments for the Blues as Sebastian Lopez comes in at first. Furness is in right field, and Jake Kixenbaugh moves to the other corner outfield spot and left.
3-0, that's ball 4. The Blues still within slam range against the Alameda Merchants. But it all starts with this leadoff walk. Tackless comes off the bench and is aboard, and Jack Bollinger comes up. The lefty digs in against the righty Ferris. First pitch, and Bollinger takes it, a called strike, 0-1. Jack today is 1 for 2, a single in the 5th and a ground ball back to the pitcher in the 3rd. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th and eventually came around to score. Here's the 0-1. A slider perfectly placed and a called strike 2. Bollinger has driven in 1 lone run this summer and has a .499 OPS. Standing on deck, it's not Fabian Gomez, it's Tui Amosa. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First out of the 9th inning, it's a strikeout swinging from Charlie Ferris as he climbs the ladder against Bollinger.
It's actually the first strikeout since Ryan Featherston has left the game for the Blues.
And Hawkhill had no strikeouts in his 2 innings of work. As it's Tui Amosa, a first base outfielder hybrid from Auckland, New Zealand, and from Ranger College. Take strike 1. You ever been in New Zealand?
No. Nowhere. I've never been anywhere near New Zealand, to be honest.
You been in the Southern Hemisphere?
Like, yeah. Yeah. Not very southern.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Where?
I've been to Cancun. Is that
I think
southern enough? Is that are we getting?
We might be nearing the equator. The 0-2. Amosa leaves it high, 1-2.
Yeah, so that's not southern.
Oh wow,
enough.
Yeah, that is not close.
So no would be the answer. I've never been to.
Aren't too many tourist spots.
Yeah, South Africa or most of Southern America or Australia are pretty much your options.
1-2 off the back foot of Amosa, and he's hit by the pitch. So he will be aboard on the hit by pitch as Aiden Tackless advances into scoring position. Runners on first and second now, and it's Jace Jeremiah.
Have you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not very well traveled, I would say.
Apparently I'm not either.
I think Cancun's exotic. I've been to Europe, which is very far away from the southern hemisphere.
I've not been to Europe. Been to a lot of places within this continent.
First pitch to Jeremiah. He hits it hard into center field. Royal gives chase, and in front of the warning track, he makes the grab. Tackless tags from second, and he'll cruise into third and finish it off with a feet-first slide. So a productive second out for Jace Jeremiah. Moves a runner at third, and it's Dom Nahar, the last chance for Alameda here in the 9th inning. A lot of variety in the North American continent. How Hawaii and Baltimore, Maryland are in the same country is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
So here's Dom Nahar, who is 2 for 4 today with an RBI single in the 7th. Short lead off first base for Amosa as Nahar leaves it in the dirt, ball 1.
I'm actually looking at this map now. Hawaii is just slightly more south of Cancun, so you're a little closer to the southern hemisphere in Hawaii. And I'm going to Hawaii in a month.
There's the 1-0. Pitch misses high, 2-0. I don't know if you saw, but my favorite college baseball player officially inked with the Orioles today.
Did he?
Wahiva signed.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah. Golden Spikes Award winner from Arkansas.
I think the Orioles had the best draft.
I think so, too.
Their draft was nuts.
They drafted
Bodine and Wahila.
Mm-hmm. And Ike Irish.
Yeah.
Here's a 2-0. Underneath the head of, or over the head of Nahar, who ducked underneath the pitch for ball 2.
Let's see what the professional analysts say.
I believe I read a Baseball America thing, and the Orioles were certainly up there. Meeting at the mound among Artois, Andrews, and Ferris. As Ryan and I figure out who won the draft.
So MLB.com has the Orioles at number 1, I believe I just saw.
I feel like I'm missing some names.
Orioles at 1. So they got Ike Irish, Bodine, Wahila, Lloyd, Slater DeBrun.
One of the best high school. Colin Yeaman from UC Irvine. Very good. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 4. Charlie Ferris loads the bases, and the Merchants have a chance to tie it.
That's not good.
No. Good nugget.
This is the this is quite literally the only situation you could be in which the Merchants have a chance, at least right now.
Dean Trainer heads to the hill.
And it's Cy Turner, who famously pimped a home run about 2 hours ago.
Yes. Well, Kate O'Hara was getting loose in the bullpen for the Blues. We saw the Toronto Blue Jays take current Blue Luke Kovac in the draft.
Where do you think your team finished on this list from MLB.com?
The Padres?
Yes.
Pretty low.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we didn't have
You didn't have that many picks.
No.
You had a first and then I think a third.
Yeah.
So you missed out on the second round.
Hashtag CBT.
Oh, it stops after 5, so I can only get to know the top 5.
Yeah. Giants, your Giants drafted a Orange County Riptide player. So the meeting is over, and with 2 outs, Cy Turner has a chance to tie this game. If he records his second home run of the day, he'll do exactly that. First pitch, and leaves it high. 1 ball, no strikes to Cy Turner. 1 for 3 today for Cy. A homer, grounder, and a strikeout. Everyone holding their breath at Sinsheimer as the Merchants have a chance to tie this game in the top half of the 9th inning. The 1-0 off the hands as he sends it straight back for strike 1, and he wanted all of that pitch.
Yeah, it was right there for him, too. He had a chance for sure.
Cy Turner had 3 home runs this past season at the University of Memphis. He's now in the transfer portal. Had 4 home runs his sophomore season at Monterey Peninsula College. Drove in 9 with the Tigers this past season. 1-1 is a weak grounder down the third base line. Artois got it. He throws it over to first. It's not in time. It was a good pick by Sebastian Lopez, but an infield base hit makes it a 6-3 ball game.
Cy Turner keeping it alive. It's a good play from Artois to even get a glove on it and have an opportunity to get an out at first. But now the base is loaded. The leading run is at the plate.
Go-ahead run from Ohlone College, and now a San Francisco Don, Jackson Nystrom, a 5'11" rising junior from Livermore, stepping in with a chance to take the lead. Nystrom leaves it low and outside, 1-0. After winning his battle against stage 4 cancer this year, he looks to beat the Blues with 1 swing of the bat. Bases still loaded, 2 outs. Charlie Ferris delivers the 1-0. And Nystrom with a big hack and a foul tip makes it a 1-1 count. Standing on deck, it's Emmett Finney. But Nystrom today is 0 for 3, a pair of groundouts and a strikeout. Was also hit by a pitch on the 4th. Kate O'Hara still getting loose in the bullpen for the Blues. With 2 outs, the 1-1. Nystrom hits it and can't be caught by Alves at short, who made a diving effort. A run will score, an RBI single from Jackson Nystrom. It's now a 6-4 ball game.
It is getting scary.
The go-ahead run is now at first base, as Kate O'Hara will make an appearance coming out of the bullpen. Bases are still loaded. Jackson Nystrom with an RBI single. It's a 2-run ball game. Stay tuned as the former Texas Longhorn looks to close this one out on the Slow Blues streaming network. New pitcher for the Blues. It's the right-hander in the transfer portal, Cade O'Hara, making an appearance on the mound and trying to slam the door against the Merchants, who are trying to knock it down. It's Emmett Finney stepping up. Looks like Brendan O'Sullivan might get pinch hit for Angelo Luna. But for now, it's Finney who swings at the first pitch and pops it up into right field. Furness giving chase in front of the line, makes the catch. O'Hara comes in and on one pitch ends the ball game. The Blues win 6-4 over the Alameda Merchants and officially sweep the former #1 team in the CCL North.
That is gigantic for the Blues. Return to the playoffs. Now that magic number trickles all the way down to 5, which means in their next 8 games, or 7 games now, if the Blues can win 5 of them, they're a playoff team. That also makes it so that if they win out, they get to host a playoff game.
A 2-hour and 56-minute game for the Blues. Dog of the day, Ryan Featherston. He was excellent today. 12 strikeouts in 6 innings, averaging 2 Ks a frame.
Yeah, it's not close today, to be honest. He was dominant in today's game, and man, oh man, he really was the reason the Blues won today's game. Got him all the way to the finish line, or I should say got him all the way to the 6th inning, where the Blues were losing. And then after he was pulled from the game in the bottom of the 6th is when the Blues scored their first runs of the game.
One more game in this homestand tomorrow against the Menlo Park Legends at 2 p.m. Sinsheimer Stadium. If you can't make it, we'll be back here on the SLO Blues Streaming Network. Thanks as always for listening to Blues Baseball. Your Blues win this one 6-4 over the Alameda Merchants. They sweep the Merchants and now on a 5-game winning streak as they look to at least get second place in the CCL North. So stay tuned tomorrow at 2 p.m. Ryan Giacomini and I will be back on the call for you on SBS.